somebody...
They're blocking the driveway, so we need...
We wouldn't do that. We can't really help it if somebody says, you know, obviously this is a controversial subject, so if somebody doesn't like what we're doing, obviously there's people that are going to complain, there's people that are going to say things about us that are not true. We can't help that. We're saying we're doing things that we're not doing. We don't block driveways, we don't walking on the sidewalks, we don't block particular traffic.
You're not blocking sidewalks?
No,
yeah, but the pedestrians shouldn't have to go around you and
right.
or wait for you to move.
Yeah,
hey, look to your left. Look to your left, now look down. Oh, okay.
And across the street.
Look over there on the green.
Yeah. If pedestrians walking, you can see them access. You can move out of the way and allow them to walk through.
No, it is inhibited in that way.
Well, the idea is to see them before they come. Move out of the way so they don't have to.
Please continue to go down there and do that.
Yeah, I'll go down there.
And if he gets hit by a car, guess who you're going to sue? The city of Sioux Falls. I guarantee you not heartbeat. You're not going to sue anybody. You'll sue me for not stopping it. You'll never sue me. That hasn't happened yet, correct? Hasn't happened yet.
But it doesn't happen, and usually we do what she does in most places.
141 on Law 2.
Without any situation. Hello, anybody responded? Steve, you got a radio? You got to stop overlook dropping. That is something that's not allowed to
$4,000 Americans are brutally murdered every single day by abortion on demand, folks. 1 out of every 3 children are aborted. And Americans love it. Americans love it. God commands, thou shalt not kill. It's not complicated. You don't have to be a judge or a lawyer to understand it. Abortion was murder prior to 1973, prior to Roe v. Wade, and it's still murder today. We don't change reality by changing the laws. We don't change reality by popular votes. We don't change reality, period. All we can do is suppress the truth and unrighteousness. Suppressing the truth and unrighteousness under a color of law, just like they do kill the babies. You can suppress the truth and unrighteousness under a color of law.
You see in this picture. It's our hope and prayer that you'll be moved to action, that you're going to have a desire to see these little babies loved and protected, to see abortion come to an end in North Dakota, to see abortion come to an end across the United States of America. Good afternoon. As you drive through town today, we'd like to have you take a few moments and look at the photographs we have on display. These are actual human beings killed by way of abortion. Bismarck is a very pro-life city. There's not an abortion clinic for miles around. Today, in the hopes of stirring the hearts of the good folks of Bismarck to get involved in protecting life, to get involved in seeing that abortion comes to an end in North Dakota, to realize that abortion is not just an abstract political issue, but this is an issue that affects all of us. We have a duty to love and protect those innocent amongst us. We have a duty to love and protect our neighbor, just as we ourselves want to be protected. Good afternoon. In the dollar bill, the United States federal currency, it says, "In God we trust." Unfortunately, it seems too many Americans trust more in the dollar than they do in the God that made all things. Little human beings in the growing and developing inside their mother's womb, they are valuable. They are made in God's image. They deserve our love. They deserve our protection. Every single one of us was a little baby inside our mother's womb at one time in our lives. Every single one of us that's here today, we had a mother that loved us and protected us. Maybe she wasn't perfect. Perhaps she didn't do the best job. Life is difficult. Life is hard. Raising children is difficult. But every child deserves to be loved and protected. It's not a justification to destroy the life of your child merely because your life is going to be difficult. In fact, the most basic duty of a mother and father is to love and protect their child. We all understand this. Every mother, every woman that's ever been pregnant knows there is something valuable growing inside of her womb. There is something precious growing inside of her womb. If there's a woman here who's had an abortion, know that there is healing in Christ. But Jesus calls us to acknowledge the sins we've done, acknowledge the wrong we've done, and come to Him for healing and cleansing. Our nation stands guilty today as a nation. Injustice is nothing new in the history of America. And in our day and age, the most grotesque injustice in our nation is that of abortion. We are telling mothers and fathers that they do not have to love and protect their children. They do not have to take responsibility for their choices, but they can take a little life they've created and pay a doctor to destroy that little life. And those little lives are taken, they're sold for research in scientific laboratories, they're thrown into dumpsters. Like you take out the trash. This is how we are treating our own sons and daughters in America today. And how can we say, God bless America? How can we say, in God we trust, when we allow little lives made in His image to be so easily destroyed? We want to call upon the good people of Bismarck. The last abortion clinic in this city was run out of town 20 years ago. We thank God that Bismarck is a pro-life community. But we need to put feet to our faith. We need to put our love into action. Our tax dollars are still used to pay for abortion. The state of North Dakota, babies still die here. Babies are still murdered in the state. You have an opportunity to be a voice for the voiceless. You have an opportunity to sacrifice your time and energy to come and protect the most helpless and the most innocent amongst us. You have an opportunity to get involved in a great struggle to protect life, to see to it that every little baby in this country is loved and protected. There are over 2 million families waiting to adopt children in this country. There is no such thing as an unwanted child. Every child is wanted and loved. Abortion doctors want money more than they want those children to be loved and protected. Abortion doctors make money by allowing children who are wanted and loved to be destroyed. Mothers and fathers are accomplices to this, and we hope and pray that as you see these pictures, your heart will be moved with love and compassion for them. We're out here today in the hope that as you see the images of abortion, your hearts will be moved with love and compassion and a desire to help. Every single one of us has a responsibility before God to love our neighbor as ourselves. We're out here today because we want to defend these little ones who are being killed by abortion. The last abortion clinic was run out of Bismarck over 20 years ago. This is a pro-life community. But we need to put feet to our faith. We need to put our love into action. Because babies are still being murdered in the state of North Dakota. Our tax dollars are still being used to fund the horrible reality behind the photographs you see on display here. These are graphic, these are disturbing images. We do not enjoy showing them any more than you enjoy looking at them. But these are images we need to look long and hard at. We need to see exactly what it is we've been tolerating for so long in this country. As an 8-year-old child in elementary school, we watched videos of African Americans in the South getting lynched. It's one of the most brutal, horrific pictures I'd ever seen as a young child. But they were very important for my development as a young man. To see injustice firsthand, to see how brutal human beings can be to each other, that I would know never to allow that to happen.